Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the webinar about ISETIA today. My name is Karol. I will drive you through what is ISETIA, our most important modules like ISETIA boards, like document management. Let's start. ISETIA is like the revolution in the project management. The thing is that we provided you few modules, a list of modules that you can choose what you need in your project, what is most important in your project, and from this we are like suiting up the ISETIA just for you. You're choosing from models like the management area, like document management area, or ISETIA board, what I will show you later on in a few seconds. Of course, if you will have any questions during the presentation, please write it on the chat. I will try to answer everything after we finish with the presentation and the live demo. So going back to the ISETIA, the 30% of the market, 30, not from the market, but 30% of the works is the management, like planning and kind of things from the professional project management softwares, like Asta, like Tiles, like Primavera, for example. And the rest of it, it's like the 70% is the ad hoc tasks, like the daily works, like administration works, like the issues, problems, meetings, small tasks, or to-dos that you're doing every day. And this is where ISETIA is the best thing for you, because you will see everything in one place. You can easily plan it, check what is going on, what you need to do every day. What is ISETIA? ISETIA is like the all-in-one document project management and workflow software. In the 3P management, we have access to projects, portfolios, and program management. We have the project-based document management just for you, where documents can be related to portfolios, to programs, or to projects. And of course, this all-in-one software, all you need is ISETIA. You don't need any third-party software to work with, for example, documents. You just need ISETIA for everyday work. ISETIA will help you to create as many projects as you want. You can create also programs, portfolios, depends on your needs. It makes it easy to define projects, to scope the deliverables, to assign the task and share it with your team members. Of course, about the document management, this is a very secure web-based document management system, which allows you to manage your documents efficiently, where you can increase your productivity and meet all the requirements. Why it's all-in-one software? It is because it helps you to plan, to manage, and collaborate. You can use the Kanban boards, you can use the AGILE methodology, you can execute and report documents and projects, programs, and portfolios. So it's just all-in-one software, all that you need. In ISETIA, we have different modules for you to use. One of it is document management. We have also the possibility to plan costs and the resources. There's team collaboration. You can easily share your work with everyone that is using the ISETIA. We have the Kanbans and to-dos. I will show you it on an example later on. Of course, the issue management, risk management, change management, Gantt charts, and the 3P management that I was talking about seconds before. Features of ISETIA, it's not only the project management portal, you can also use the workflows and the document management inside of it. In the document management, you can easily create revision flows for documents and control the versions of the document. In the 3P, you are able to recreate your company structure using portfolio, program, and project levels. On the Kanban boards, you're creating your to-dos. You can clarify what is being done. You can easily see on ISETIA board the whole work that is happening during the project. It is easy to manage to collaborate using the Kanban boards. We have the issue management, of course, risk management, and that will demonstrate you the issues, the risks, and how it will impact on your performance on the projects. And the personal dashboard, and this is the thing when you're entering the ISETIA. The first thing you see is the dashboard, and then you have all the notifications, all of the things that you're supposed to do, and they are just in front of your eyes when you enter the ISETIA and log in. You can ask why you should use ISETIA. These are the questions here, like for example, using the to-do and the daily workflow with ISETIA boards can answer you to the questions, for example, where are we now, when it will be done, and which work is the highest priority right now. You can collaborate, use it to collaborate with your team and answer for the questions like who is working on what, which issues needs to be solved. We are answering the questions like which version of the document is actual, what are the changes on the document, and how to get the privileges for this document. With these questions, ISETIA will answer for all of it with our document management, with our ISETIA boards. You can easily see what is done now, what is being done, who is working on the to-dos on the ISETIA boards, and of course which documents are now actual, who changed something, to whom it was sent. Or other questions that will come to your mind later on. Let's go with the document management. In the document management system, in our document management, you can easily search for any document. You can control the version of the document and uploading. Uploading is very easy. It's just drag and drop of your document right through your desktop to the ISETIA, and it's done. It's uploaded. It's visible inside of the ISETIA. Also, we are providing the previews. That's why I said you don't need any third-party software installed on your computer, because up to 88 or even more file types are supported inside of ISETIA, starting from Word, Excel, PDF, even the CAD like DWG, the Excel files can be easily visible in ISETIA. After uploading this kind of document, the preview is generated. It is visible for you inside of ISETIA. You don't need any third-party software to use it. Let's go to the project management, planning and controlling integrated with process. So we are using Asta, Tylos, Oracle Primavera, or even Microsoft project to plan your work and control your work on, for example, on the construction site. And what is ISETIA for in here? You don't need to change the programs that you're using now to start using ISETIA, but you can use ISETIA to make your work easy, to control, for example, your small tasks, your issues, your problems, your processes like a Dover process, like a procurement plan, or your daily works and every ad hoc task that you need. And let me show you how to use ISETIA board in, for example, architectural design. This is like the view, kind of how it looks. Let's imagine the to-do as a sticky note. And for example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to-dos in here, the to-do, and you are just moving the to-dos on the card. For example, first to-do is moved to the customer requirement, then it's going to the initial design to customer approval, and this is what you can see on the top, like the customer requirement, initial design, approvals, final design, show drawings. This is the process that you can manage in the ISETIA board. You can set it up to whatever you want. It depends on your needs, of course. And using the to-dos as the sticky notes, you can easily see what is going on in your project. What to do is on what stage, who is using it, who is working on it, what is the progress. Even we are providing you the possibility to attach the documents, to attach expenses on this ISETIA board. And this is how it will look in the real life when you will not have ISETIA. On the next slide, you will see how it can be in ISETIA. This is the clear view of what is needed to be done, what is going on in your project, how is this process. You can see all the to-dos people assigned in here. So let's switch to the ISETIA. Probably it will be more interesting for you to see how is it working on the in real life on the inside of the system. Of course, we have also the topic with the BIM to cover. I will go through it also as a live demo. Let me log into ISETIA. And the first thing, as I showed you before in the presentation, is the dashboard. On the dashboard, you can see all of the to-dos right here. This is all of the tasks that are assigned to you, that you're supposed to work on during your day. Of course, this is the presentation, the grid view. Down here, you have my ISETIA boards. In here, you can see all of your tasks, same as on the list on the top, but in more graphical way. It can be, for some of you, easier to go with a graphical way. Some of you want the grid view, so we are providing two options for you to choose. In here also we have the risks, the issues that are assigned to you, the documents that are waiting for your revision, the flows that you created before when ISETIA, also the documents that were sent to you by other members of the ISETIA, and of course the Gantt charts and the reports that you created before and want to use in here. Let me show you how the ISETIA looks, how the ISETIA board looks. Let's open one of the boards, for example, RFI, and in here the same thing as I showed you on the slides before. On the top, you have the process like RFI request, RFI submitted, topography, engineer approval, or work started, work completed, test approval, and closed. This is the steps from the process. On the left side, you have the work divided to even smaller parts. For example, in here, roadworks divided into road markings like substructures or earthworks. And of course, the to-dos in the middle of the ISETIA board with the name in here, person who is assigned to this to-do, the percent of completion, and to move it from one stage to another, you are just taking the card and moving it. This is just like this. This is easy to use, like in the graphical way. You can easily see what is going on in your project. Of course, you probably saw these little icons on the left bottom side of the every to do. This means that, for example, here the document is attached. This icon is for the expenses and for comments. So you can from here also see if there are some documents waiting attached to this to do, if there are any comments left by people working on it, or even if someone added any expenses to this to do. Of course, you can double click and open to do to see more information like descriptions. You can even plan effort on this to do. The user that is assigned can report the effort that he completed. You can add the actual percentage of the work that is completed. Of course, assignment of the documents. In here, you can also drag and drop your documents or assign them from the structure of the documents that you have in the project. You can store your comments in here. You can see that what was going on with this exact to do when it was moved from one stage to another, who did it, and if there are any comments for it. And of course, the expenses that I told you before, you can add expenses to the to do. Of course, you can use it in the manual way with adding the percentage, adding the changing the responsible person during the stages. But we are also providing the option to make it more in the more automated way. You can set that on the different stage, different person is responsible for the to do, and for example, different percentage of completion is assigned to different stage. That way, after moving the card, it will automatically change the responsible person, and it will automatically change the percentage for you. Let's switch to the document management module. On the left side, you can see all your structure of the documents. You can have unlimited folders in here. Of course, they can be nested. There is no limit of folders being nested, folders being added to the ISETIA. And every document that is uploaded is visible, of course, also on the list. For example, we are choosing one of the documents, and in a few seconds after that, you can see all of the properties of the documents. You can see all the history, all the versions of this document, and of course the preview that is generated for you from, in this example, PDF file. You don't need any PDF file reader to see what is inside this file. Of course, we have more functions in here for you. For example, related documents. Let's imagine that you have, for example, a contract inside of here uploaded to ISETIA, and you're receiving the invoices or any other documents related to this contract. You can easily add it as a related document inside of ISETIA, so to easy follow up the whole contract, for example, with all of the invoices and other documents. You don't need to switch and search for these documents. They are all related one to another, to easy use, to easy find them inside of ISETIA. Of course, that's not everything. Also, you will probably need to make some comments on the files. Like for example, on this file, you can you want to add a comment that this wall need to be changed, and this kind of functionality is also available for you inside of ISETIA. We have the markup functionality. Let's do it on an example. For example, we are choosing the round markupping, and saying there should be also the window. With this markup, you can save it then it can be sent. It can be sent to your contractor outside even of ISETIA. If he's not the user of ISETIA, you can send the document, use the send document via ISETIA function, and send the document to the members that are the users of ISETIA, or even write the email of the people outside of the system. Then they will receive the link with the file. The link will be active for 48 hours. With the ticket, they can download the file with the markups and reply you with their thoughts, their comments, and their remarks also. And of course, we are providing the BIM functionality. When you have the BIM file uploaded to ISETIA, you can see the preview, and in just one click you can switch to the BIM Viewer that you can see here. And in the BIM Viewer, you can easily rotate, check your model, check what is going on with it from the 3D view. You can also project in space views from the sides or even from the bottom of your model. Of course, we have also the 2D view if you need to see it more like a plan on the paper. So you also can see that 2D view. And the thing also is the story slide. If you want to see what's inside on each level of your project, you can easily move it so it will be expanded. You can now easily check what's on each floor. Of course, you can also hide the object or cut it. So you can see only the one floor, for example, of your building. In the objects area, you can hide the walls or make them transparent, for example. So then this will allow you to see what's inside the building if you don't need to see any some walls or some windows on your way that you are checking the model. Then you're using this kind of functions. Of course, we are providing the measures, the measurement inside of the ISETIA BIM Viewer, where you can check, for example, how many cubic meters this object takes on this project. You can also count the objects, like for example, counting the windows. You can see which is the few pieces, 3 pieces in here, and the changes, where you can open the second project, the second IFC file that this change that was the version before, the one you were opening before. And on this view, you can see any changes that were made, like for example, what was modified, which parts were removed, which were added, what is the change in materials, or even in the just properties of the object. And these functions that I showed you up to here are free of charge. You can request ISETIA BIM Viewer on our website. We will give you access to it to freely use it. But that's not all with ISETIA BIM Viewer. There's one more thing. The one more thing is the connection with ISETIA, where you can download the files just from the ISETIA to see it in here. You can upload them to the ISETIA. You can upload only the comments, and when we are about the comments, you have the topics in here. When you start a new topic, system automatically creates a snapshot of the view that were inside of the ISETIA file. Then you set up the camera, and from here you can set the title of the topic, description, status, and of course add the comments. And after that, you are uploading them to ISETIA, where they are displayed inside of the document module with the snapshots like this in here, and the topics are visible on the list of the topics. You can manage them from here, you can add your comments from here, and of course follow the process, follow with them on the process with ISETIA board. So this is just the overview, just a fast overview of the ISETIA, so you can have like the seed of what is going on in here. Of course, we are providing more modules, as I told you before. We have the reports, the lessons learned management, the expenses module, issue, risk management, 3P management, and of course the documents and ISETIA boards. So if you have any questions, feel free now to ask me anything. I will try to answer all of questions, and after that, that's all for today. So if you have any questions, please write them on chat. I'm waiting a few minutes for them to answer. Okay, so we have two first questions. First is if for the file viewer cannot view any Autodesk format. Yes, with the preview inside of the ISETIA in document module, you can view the AutoCAD files, the DWG, DXF files, for example. So yes, it is possible to have the preview of this kind of files. The second question, do you have ISETIA Polish version? Of course, we have the ISETIA Polish version, but of course in other languages also, like in English, what you saw, also in Turkish, in Korean, in Chinese, and we are still developing new languages just for you. And next question, what is the lessons learned module about? Lessons learned is used to store the things from the projects, the good practices, or the things to avoid. You can store it inside of ISETIA to check them later, to see what you should do in the next projects, what or even what should you avoid in the next projects to optimize your costs and effort, for example. The question is, how can we integrate if the client has a Primavera multi-users? The thing is, you can use your Primavera to plan your work, and then you can use ISETIA to process with the smaller tasks, to process with the to-dos, your daily works or administration works. There's no need to change, of course, Primavera to ISETIA. You can use it side by side with two of them to plan the bigger view in Primavera, and the smaller things like the ad hoc task, the daily works and to-dos inside of ISETIA. Can you please describe licensing model? Sorry for that. If this is about the licensing, if I understand the question correctly, inside of ISETIA, not every user need to have the whole access to everything. We have the licensing model inside of here, where you can say that each user will have access to only to different modules, as you can see on the screen now. You can give access for the user only to, for example, expenses, or only to documents, or of course to everything that you need. And if you are here, we can also talk about the privileges in here. You can restrict the access for the user in the areas from the portfolio level down to the WBS or ISETIA board. You can give the access if user can only view it, or update, or read, or delete the things inside of the project or portfolio or program, or he or she will not have any access to it. And of course, the access to the documents inside of here, you can give access down to the one document level up from the root. Okay, so as I can see, there are no other questions right now. So thank you for joining me. I would not say it right now. There's one more question. How can I get the demo? So if you want to request a demo, just contact us. You can contact me directly. I will provide my email right now on the chat. So if you have any more questions after the end of the webinar, or you want to try it on your own to have the demo, just contact me. We will manage the demo version for you, so you will have the hands-on. Of course, if you want to have the one-to-one session after the demo, also please contact me. We will try to manage something for you. So if there are no more questions, thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you or hear you soon on the next webinars, meetings, or training sessions. So have a nice day, and thank you.